at Occupy Wall Street. Okay? I'm talking about brothers standing up for truth, standing up with this word, bringing forth this word. It's time. Read.
Verse 14. Multitudes, multitudes in the valley of decision. For the day of the Most High is near in the valley of decision. The sun and the moon shall be darkened, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. The Most High also shall roar out of Zion, and utter his voice from Jerusalem. And the heavens and the earth shall shake. But the Most High will be the hope of his people.
And who will be the hope?
But the Most High will be the hope of his people.
Ben-Ami shall be the hope of his people.
But the Most High will be the hope of his people.
Who?
But the Most High will be the hope of his people.
There is no hope in anyone else, not Barack Obama or any other man. The hope, the Most High have taken hope out of this earth so that we can only depend on him. And when we're saved, you'll know that he saved us. Just like when we came out of Egypt. We had the Red Sea on one side, water on one side, and we had Pharaoh and his army bearing down on us on the other side. And the Most High revealed himself. He protected us. And the Most High is going to make his power visible. When it says that the sun and moon shall not give their light, and the constellations shall not give their light, when Christ is on his way to this earth, there will be total darkness in this earth, and the luminaries will turn into their angelic form. The only light will be Christ himself. That's what's coming. You will see total darkness, and that's going to be at the apex of the wars that's going on in the Middle East. Those wars will never end. They will never end. There will not be a time of peace, ever. Christ is our peace. He's coming with our peace. There will never be, I don't know what this garbage they're talking about in the Christian church, talking about it's going to be a 3-year peace. You think peace between Palestine and Israel is peace? Palestine, what type of peace is that when the whole Middle East is up in an uproar? And they have everyone looking at what's going on with the Palestinians who are Moab anyway, who shouldn't have been in the land anyway, and the converts, the Khazars that came in there. They have you looking into false prophecies. There will never be any peace in this earth, ever. And the only place everyone is looking to America as a refuge to save America, when America cannot save herself. Babylon the Great is falling, it's falling. Okay? It was time to start thinking of alternative means and alternative living outside that country when you seen that the government flew planes into a building, killed 3,000 people in front of the world. While George Bush was reading a book upside down to kindergarten children. Wake up. Now there's other things I wanted to go into. Let's go into the scriptures where it says the Most High will save us. And I wanted to go into where the Bible says he's going to put hook in his jars in Ezekiel and pull Asia back into the war. So I'm going to talk about that in a moment. And I'm going to say this, brothers and sisters. Muammar Gaddafi stopped his nuclear planning and his arms planning in agreement with the Western world. He put down his arms. I mean, his son was educated in London. There was an agreement with the Western world, and out of nowhere, the Western world double-crossed him and took his country and killed him and his children. So what you think going to happen? What you think they're planning against you? You think they care about you? Everyone they are in league with, they double-cross and destroy. Where's our 40 acres and a mule? Where's the Indians' land? Over 200 peace treaties signed, every last one broken. We got to make an agreement with the Most High again. We got to come back to the Most High. That's our agreement. Because these guys are out for blood. Every person that died under their power, they use as a sacrifice to empower themselves. That's how they look at you. You are sacrifices to their God. Chapter and verse.
Jeremiah chapter 23, verse 7.
Read.
Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Most High, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt.
No longer will it be said that we're the people that came out of the land of Egypt. Read.
Verse 8. But the Most High liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country.
Out of the north country. We will be led out of the north country. We're being led out of the north country. But brothers and sisters, I'm going to say it again. It's not how you think it is. It's not you waiting for some ships, and it's not someone coming to you saying, okay, we're going to let you free and take you back to America. It don't work that way. The judgment that's coming to America and us being delivered from America are two separate things. The delivery is like it says in Joel, when he shall begin to bring again the captivity of his people. It's a gradual process, and it's an awakening. That's our initial delivery. That's the miracle. The powers that be have put everything in place that if you know you Israel now, that's a miracle in itself. So that's what it says when he shall begin to deliver his people. It's a gradual process. If you're waiting for someone to come like Moses with a staff into America and say, follow me home, it's not going to happen. If you're waiting for some ships to pick you up from America, it's not going to happen. Now, I know this for sure. I know that some will escape in those border countries when the hell break loose and get to different parts of South America, and maybe they'll make it for a time when the ships of Tarshish start coming over. Okay? But everything I've read according to, matter of fact, I need you to get a few scriptures on the ships of Tarshish so we can prove that the ships of Tarshish, because I said I was going to go into that this week. Yes. To show that the ships of Tarshish come when Christ returns. Some people believe that the ships of Tarshish will happen before Christ returns, and it's the wrong doctrine. Nothing is going to pick you up from America. Okay? If something come to pick you up, believe me, it's going to have the American emblem on it or the NATO emblem on it with FEMA on the side of it, or Homeland Security. Now, let me show you this. I need you to get Isaiah 7. Now let's get one moment here. Ezekiel 27. Get that? Get Isaiah 60.
Mm-hmm.
Isaiah 23 and 14. Got it?
Mm-hmm.
Read it.
Isaiah chapter 60. Start at the first verse.
Yes.
Isaiah chapter 60, verse 1.
Read.
Arise, shine, for the light is come.
Who's the light? That's Yeshua. That's Christ. Read.
And the glory of the Most High is risen upon them. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth, and gross darkness the people. But the Lord shall arise upon them, and his glory shall be seen upon them. And the Gentiles shall come to thy light, and the kings to the brightness of thy rising. Lift up thine eyes round about.
And that proves that Gentiles are going to come to the truth too, under Christ. So Gentiles are excluded, just like Paul. They're not excluded. Just like Paul said, to the Jews first, then the Gentiles. Okay, so we don't exclude anyone. It's the Gentiles excluding us, saying that it's about the Gentiles and the Israelites are done away with. We don't ascribe to that. We don't ascribe to either part. We don't ascribe to the Israelite doctrine that are teaching out there that's saying that it's not about the Gentiles and they can't be saved. That's a lie. And it's not about the Gentile doctrine saying that it's about them and Israel is done away with. That's a lie. Read.
Verse 4. Lift up thine eyes round about, and see.
Go ahead.
All they gather themselves together, they come to thee. Thy son shall come from far, and thy daughter shall be nursed at thy side. Then thou shalt see and flow together, and thine heart shall fear, and be enlarged, because the abundance of the sea shall be converted unto thee, and the forces of the Gentiles shall come unto thee.
The forces of the Gentiles talked about the finances, the gold, the power, all the gold. Now they think they're getting away with all the gold they stole. Okay, Chavez just looked to get his gold from London. He had a stockpile of gold that was being protected by the Bank of London, and he went to cash in. They told him it's gone. It don't exist. They stole all the gold from Venezuela. Now this happened in the midst of them killing Gaddafi. You didn't even hear about it, but it's okay. They're not going to get away. They're going to have to bring all that gold right back, because it belongs to us anyway. They've robbed Solomon's temple. They've robbed the gold that our people had all through the earth. And they're looking to take the gold from Africa. Eventually, it's coming all back, according to the Bible. Read.
Verse 6. The multitude of camels shall cover thee.
Another thing. There was a stockpile of gold under the Twin Towers. No one even asked what happened to that gold. It's gone. You know who have it? The Jewish powers that are giving you wolf tickets or giving you monopoly money to spend right now, until they pull it out of the system and replace it with microchips. They got your money, and no one is even asking. And that's your politicians. No one is saying, well, where's the gold that was under the Trade Center? Where's the gold that was in Fort Knox? They took all the gold and replaced it with nothing. And you wonder why you're open to be taken. If you keep on accepting people destroying you to the point that you don't fight for nothing, eventually they're going to say, well, okay, I'm going to do this to you then. And I'm going to take that too. Because why? They understand that people have become complacent and have relegated themselves to what they call life, and it's not life at all. You've accepted destruction and death. And the Bible tells you that we have made an agreement with death and stay thereon. We agree with dying. And then we get the coward spirit, and the spirit of total cowardness and destitution. We're total destitute, and we'll come up with say, well, if it's our time to go, it's our time to go. You know, it got to happen sometime. That's what we've been relegated to the point where we will accept death and say, well, okay, well, you know, who cares? I'm just going to live like I am until I die. No fight. We wasn't always like this. No fight at all. Read.
Verse 6. The multitude of camels shall cover thee, the dromedaries of Midian and Ephah. All they from Sheba shall come, and they shall bring gold and incense, and they shall show forth the praises of the Most High. All the flocks of Kedar shall be gathered together unto thee. The rams of Nebaioth shall minister unto thee, and they shall come up with acceptance of mine altar. And I will give the glory of my, and I will glorify the house of my glory.
This is when Christ returns. Read.
Verse 8. Who are these that fly as a cloud?
Who is these that fly as a cloud? Read.
And as the doves to their windows.
As the doves to their windows. So it's who are these that's flying like doves to their windows? Like you see a dove that flies down and go into a window swiftly. Read.
Verse 9. Surely the owls shall wait for me.
It says the owls shall wait for me. Read.
And the ships of Tarshish first, to bring thy sons from far.
So when Christ returns, he's going to send out the ships of Tarshish from the Isles of the sea. What sea? The Mediterranean Sea. That's where all the European ships and all the Middle Eastern ships are. So all these ships that are used for caravans and for holidays and vacations and all that, they're going to be sending these boats over to pick up people. Read.
To bring thy sons from far.
To bring thy sons from far. So Christ is going to send the ships out for those that are left, the remnant that's left after the fallout. Okay, so it's not going to be a thing where the government is going to come together and say, you know what, let's let the children of Israel free to go back home. What place is there for you to go? It's too many people. They don't. The only option they have in their mind is to kill our people. That's what Jacob's trouble is. Okay, they're not looking to deliver us. They're not looking to give us land. Okay, they're already telling you that the earth is overpopulated. That's a way of saying the undesirables must die. And we know who the undesirables are. Read.
Their silver and their gold with them.
And I want to put that out. That's another lie. The earth is not, the Most High is perfect in everything. What's this joke that the earth is populated when you can, listen, I've been driving even within the United States going from coast to coast, and I see all the grassland between states that no one is living in. That's a bunch of garbage. There's plains of land all over the place that you drive for miles and no one is living there, and they got you stacked up like roaches in a city and telling you that the earth is overpopulated. No, that's just an excuse so they can bring forth the eugenics program to destroy our people through Jacob's trouble. That's what this is. This is Jacob's trouble. Because if you feel that the earth is overpopulated, then why don't you volunteer your services first? Okay, if you feel that, okay, well, do something with yourself then. Why you have to look at another group and say, well, we need to downsize them? Read.
Verse 9.
Go ahead.
Surely the owl shall wait for me.
Go ahead.
The ships of Tarshish first.
The ships of Tarshish first. Read.
To bring thy sons from far, their silver and their gold with them, unto the name of the Most High thy power.
Go ahead.
And to the Holy One of Israel, because he hath glorified thee.
Go ahead.
And the sons of strangers shall build up thy walls.
The sons of strangers shall build up thy walls. So the Gentiles are going to help build what they destroy. That's the Bible. Read. So there will be employment. Read.
And their kings shall minister unto thee.
So all the hierarchies that's supposed to be kings and diplomats, they're going to minister, they're going to service the children of Israel. That's the Bible. Read.
For in my wrath I smote them.
Because the Most High in his wrath, he smote us. He came against us. He allowed you to rule over us. Read.
But in my favor have I had mercy on thee.
But he still have mercy on us. He haven't done away with us. Right? Okay, right now his child or his children are in peril, but we're not done away with. So now he's going to show mercy. As much wrath that he put on us, he's going to show us that much mercy when Yeshua returns. Read.
Verse 11. Therefore thy gates shall be open continually, and they shall not be shut day nor night.
When Christ delivered Jerusalem back to us, the gates shall be open. There will be no border control. There won't be no guys sitting there with some guns asking, where's your passport? Okay? The gate's going to be open day and night. For what?
That men may bring unto thee the forces of the Gentiles.
The forces of the Gentiles is the jewelry, the money, the gold. You read about the golden city. You read about all these things, but they don't talk about what resources that the Gentiles are going to bring us so that they can build these cities. This is the Bible right here. Day and night, the Gentiles are going to be bringing for mercy. They're going to be saying, listen, I got an Israelite right here. You know, don't do anything to me. Here's an Israelite child. I took care of it. They're going to be bringing money, gold, just to have mercy. Just for mercy. Read.
And that their kings may be brought. For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
The nation that decide not to do this. You may have the Gentiles to say that, listen, I don't want to minister to your people. I could care less about your people. Okay. Read it again.
For the nation and kingdom that will not serve thee shall perish.
Okay, you don't want to serve, you die. Now that's the love of Jesus right there. That's the love of Yeshua. Okay. You mean to tell me you can serve America, you can serve Satan, you can serve this world, but you can't serve the Son of the living God? You can't serve righteous people? Some would say that's racist. Read.
Yea, those nations nations shall be utterly wasted.
The Bible says those nations shall be utterly wasted. That's the Bible. Now, Christians can't relate to this. They can't fathom this type of spirit because they wasn't taught about this God. A God that favors his people. A God that went against the Egyptians the way he will soon go against the EU, Europe, and America. Oh yeah, they have enslaved God's people, and judgment is coming on their own head. Those same people who you vaccinated, same people who you've given poisons to, that you kill and that you promote as destitute, less than people, the Most High love those people. Personally, he have a vested interest in them through their blood, which is through his son, which is the blood of Abraham. He have an oath with these children. And it's time for these nations who do understand, that have it in their heart, to have mercy on these children of Israel, to help them in their time of trouble, because you're going to wish you did it. You're going to wish you did. These people will have power from on high. Don't think these people who are the poor, the meek, who Christ came for, will not have power in this earth. The Most High will raise his children again. Read.
Verse 13.
Go ahead.
The glory of Lebanon shall come unto thee.
It says, the glory of Lebanon shall come unto the children of Israel. Read.
The fir tree, the pine tree, the box together, to beautify the place of my sanctuary. And I will make the place of my feet glorious. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee.
Read that again.
The sons also of them that afflicted, the sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee.
So the same people who've afflicted us are going to come bending to us. And you know what? Because we are merciful and loving people, we're not going to do to them what they did to us. We're not that way. We're going to tell them, listen, stand up, brother. Stand up, sister. Okay? Listen. Our captivity is done. My captivity is finished. We're here to bring peace on earth. We're here to right this earth. Okay? So there's no chivalry in seeing someone else destitute and destroyed. Okay? There's no, listen, we don't want that. Okay? We want our kingdom. We want the promises of Abraham. The judgment that's coming on these nations is coming from God. So we're not going to be doing to them what they did to us. Okay? We're not going to take a rope and tie a leg to one of their legs into another and have two horses pull them apart. We're not going to have their women, babies being ripped out of their stomachs and all that, the things they did to us. We're not going to do that, because why? Vengeance is the Lord's. We're not that way. We're not how they try to portray us through the media. And they know this. But we are reactionary. So what you see in the media is us reacting to the destruction, to the oppression. Read.
Verse 14. The sons also of them that afflicted thee shall come bending unto thee.
Go ahead.
And all they that despise thee shall bow down themselves down at the soles of thy feet, and they shall call thee the city of the Most High.
They shall call us the city of the Most High. Go ahead.
The Zion of the Holy One of Israel, whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated.
Even though we've been forsaken and hated all over this earth. And you know what? It wouldn't surprise me at all. I've seen some pictures of Gaddafi. It wouldn't surprise me at all if that brother is from Ephraim or from Manasseh or one of those tribes that went back into those areas during our fall of Babylon. And he cared so much about Africa. He cared so much about our people. He was in league with Chabaz, which is Asher. It wouldn't surprise me at all, man. Anytime we as a people try to do something, and let me tell you, this guy it was ridiculous. 15 cents a gallon for for oil. The best pure oil that can easily be refined on earth. Okay? Free housing for every Libyan, no homeless. Every time we try to do right. And not only that, as soon as they went into Libya, these so-called rebels, which were CIA agents, they were not Libyans. They were different. They were Saudis. They were from Egypt. They were paid mercenaries to go in to be a front so that they can show Americans TV that it's these wild, crazy animals. But when the cameras are turned off, it was the NATO troops really doing the attacks and doing the infrastructure and the power and ingenuity to take down Gaddafi. It was the NATO troops. They were just showing you some guys screaming and shooting guns in the air. That was a prop. Every time we try to do something for ourselves, they sabotage. And that's what they try to do in Africa, and they're using Barack Obama to do it. And I'm going to tell you, we're looking at the judgment here. Finish reading.
Verse 15. Whereas thou hast been forsaken and hated.
Even though we've been forsaken and hated as a people.
So that no man went through thee, I will make thee an eternal excellency, a joy of many generations. Thou shalt also suck the milk of the Gentiles, and shalt suck the breasts of kings, and thou shalt know that I am the Most High, thy Savior, and thy Redeemer.
We're going to know at that time it was a higher that saved us out of the hand of our oppressors. We're going to know at that time. Why? Because we're in a place now where we think there's no hope. We don't know where help is coming from. But when this happens, you're going to know that it was our God, the same God who delivered us from Egypt. You're going to find out, brothers and sisters, he was with us the whole time. Even while we were in our ignorance. Even while we were in these churches. Listen, he was with us the whole time. He called us out of the Gentile mindset, out of the religions, out of the worshiping of pagan days. Who you think woke you up? It was the Most High. Because he's preparing us for a greater worship. Read.
Verse 17. For brass I will bring gold, and for iron I will bring silver, and for wood brass, and for stones iron. And I will also make thy officers peace, and thy exactors righteousness. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land.
Read it again.
Violence shall no more be heard in thy land.
And this is how we know that the people in Israel are not the true Jews. When the true Israelites are set up, there'll be no more violence. So there won't be no terrorist activity and people saying that they're afraid of bombs going off and someone strapping a bomb to them on the Gaza Strip and in Tel Aviv. No, there'll be no more violence. There will be no need for violence. Okay? We're going to go out throughout the four corners of the earth for 7 years, rounding up the nations and their weapons, and they're going to turn their weapons into shovels, and they're going to use it to grow some crops. That's what their weapons are going to be used for. That's what Isaiah the 2nd chapter tells us. Okay? Their weapons will be used to plant. Now, we're going to have a green country. You want to talk about rolling out a green program? This is the greenest program you've ever seen. All your weapons will be used to plant. And don't try to shoot. Don't listen. Your weapons will do nothing, because it tells us in 1 Corinthians 15, and this is what the race is for. These satanic Luciferians know this. They know that there's a level of immortality. But Satan is promising them this. But Christ is going to bring immortality back with them, and those that are here will be changed into immortality. So your little terrestrial weapons are not going to work against God's people. Okay? It's not going to work. Okay? We will not be bound by these elements. This is a curse. And they know this. Finish reading.
Verse 18. Violence shall no more be heard in thy land.
Go ahead.
Wasting nor destruction within thy borders.
No more wasting nor destruction within our homeland. Go ahead.
But thou shalt call thy walls salvation, and thy gates praise. The sun shall be no more thy light by day, neither for brightness shall the moon give light unto thee. But the Most High shall be unto thee, but the Lord shall be unto thee an everlasting light.
Now you think the sun is something. Yeshua will be our light. You're going to find out that the sun and moon are luminaries. They're angelic forces. So there will be no greater light than when Christ returns. He will be the light of the universe, because he is the light. Read.
But the Lord shall be unto thee an everlasting light, and thy God thy glory. Thy son
and that proves that the Most High in Christ is separate. Right there, even in the Old Testament. Go ahead.
Verse 20. Thy sun shall no more go down, neither shall thy moon withdraw itself. For the Most High shall be thine everlasting light, and the days of thy mourning shall be ended. Thy people also shall be all righteous.
Read it again.
Thy people also shall be all righteous.
There will not be a such thing as an unrighteous Israelite. There will be no such thing as an unrighteous Israelite when Christ returns. Read.
They shall inherit the land forever.
How long?
Forever.
That's our land. Okay? And a lot of these wars is really getting things ready. Okay? They fight against each other and none of them is going to have it when it's done. Read.
The branch of my planting, the work of my hands, that I may be glorified. A little one shall become 1,000, and a small one a strong nation. The Lord will hasten it in his time.
So yes, we will have children in the kingdom when Christ returns. Okay? Now, there's other things I wanted to go into, but I wanted to bring out the fact that there is hope and that we got to come together. The last but not least, I wanted to remind people that we have